Welcome back to a brand new season of Won't You Meet My Neighbor? This year I'm starting out in Carefree, Arizona, Thunderbird Artist Show. Just finishing up the weekend, and I'm going to head across the way and introduce you to one of my new neighbors. Great guy, as always. First you give a quick shot to prove that I am actually in Arizona. And across the way we have from Madison, Georgia, Kipley, Meyer. Let me get a shot of this so you can read that at your leisure. And here he is, sculptor and new friend of mine, looking into the sun.
Hi, Jay.
But always looking good.
How you going, Jay?
We really, man, if we hit it off, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Enthusiasm. I love his work. He's a sculptor, and actually, not only are you a sculptor, but we have some similar backgrounds. I mean, we both started out in furniture, right?
That's right. I was a furniture maker for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Before I changed direction 10 years ago and started doing the wall sculptures. And just recently, in the last year, started doing these freestanding pieces.
Yeah. Let's go outside here and take a look at this one, because this is pretty impressive.
This was the first one I did for my so-called totem series.
Yeah. And those are very effective. I like the dimensionality in those. And I like the freestanding nature of it, where you can walk all the way around it.
Right.
The other thing that you do, which I like, and part of the reason I like it is, I do something similar to a lesser extent with my staples.
Right.
You use a lot of nails.
I do.
And you introduce those into your forms.
And a lot of this style of, or this usage of the nails is based on the African Nokondi, the human fetish forms that they'd be covered in nails. If you've ever seen those in the museums.
I did not know that, and I'm not familiar with that.
And some say that's where the idea of knock on wood for good luck comes from, because what they did was they put the nails in, and each one is offering a blessing or a prayer to an ailing person or a village that felt like they were under some spell or whatever. So they used it for cleansing and for good luck. So I've sort of borrowed on that. So these are blessings.
Well, nothing's new, so borrow away.
Right.
These are cool. This wall of smaller pieces and mix and match. And you introduce some color. Are these, is that milk paint, or what do you have going on here?
I use milk paint and then many colored waxes. So there's probably 10, 12 layers of milk paints and waxes on pretty much everything.
And typically you are applying or displaying your work in the sculpture category, which makes perfect sense.
Right.
But the substrate, by and large, your main material is wood, is it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all wood, but no one thinks it's wood. No one knows it's wood. Most people think it's ceramic.
I know it's wood.
You know it's wood.
And,
Ceramic artists know it's wood.
And you're from Madison, Georgia. Have you been there for your entire life? I mean, how did that happen?
Not yet.
Again, knock on wood.
No, I moved out there to raise my young family and be in a place where I could make all the noise that I make. Not only do I use power tools all day, but also play drums. So
oh, wow.
Everything I do is noisy.
Are like snare drum things, or more wooden drums?
Drum set.
A drum set.
Yeah,
You got a set.
Jazz drums.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing you're not like my neighbor. Yeah, exactly.
But I am your neighbor here.
I know you're my neighbor here, and I don't have my chainsaws out bothering you either. Now, Madison, that's just east of Atlanta, right? Maybe an hour or so?
East of Atlanta. Its claim to fame is it's the town Sherman didn't burn on the way to Savannah.
Ooh.
Wow. It's an 1809 town. It's been there a long time.
Well, I typically don't apologize for the Union forces, but that wasn't a real pretty chapter. That was kind of tough.
Yeah.
But so you got the rural thing going, as I do in Minnesota. The wood, the furniture background. I mean, we're just like
We're kin.
dang near kin.
That's right.
And again, tell me a little bit more about how you transitioned from the furniture into the sculpture.
Honestly, it came down to the fact that I had more ideas than ways to utilize it. And I got to the point where I couldn't make 5 different sideboards and then stack them somewhere waiting to sell at the next show.
Sure.
And I wanted something more like what a painter can do, where he can paint anything and everything he wants and stack it up against the wall until it's time to do a show or whatever, and that doesn't take up much space. So I wanted a way to create expression through circles and lines and not have to overthink everything that I did. So I can make this one, I can make that one and this one, and just keep on going. Whereas with furniture, I felt like I was having to analyze every small detail and aspect of it to get it right, or to get where I was comfortable with it. And I wanted a little more free form, free thinking, expressionism.
Did you transition a little bit with quite a few sculptural elements in your furniture, or not so much?
The furniture was very streamlined, minimalistic, but usually incorporated either a textural wood grain or some sort of carved texture.
Okay.
So if you saw the old work and my even older history as a faux finisher, that's where this work all comes from.
And what elements are you going to pursue and expand on the most, do you see? Is it kind of an unknown, or is there a direction that you're looking at?
I've been doing the wall pieces for most of 10 years. I've been doing these freestanding pieces for maybe the last year, and I feel like I'll be developing this further and further.
Okay. Well, I think you should, and I hope that it's being well received by your customers.
So far?
It's been a little bit of a tough weekend. I mean, we've got the Corona thing going on, and that's no good. I hope that we're still
Got the stock
all
market
remain
thing
viable.
going on.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough. We're all independent businessmen out here, and it's sort of a scary time. But you are making my world better, and other people's too. And I really appreciate your being my neighbor, my new friend. See you later. Thanks.
Thank you, Jay.